Alright guys, welcome back to the Adobe Photoshop Masterclass course, beginner to intermediate. Right now we're going to be doing some navigation. Now, you've seen how quickly I've been navigating so far, and I just want to do a quick 1 to 2 minute breakdown of the navigation. Navigation is entirely done, or more or less entirely done, through your Zoom tool. Zoom tool right here is clearly the bottom tool. If you actually are, in your all selections tool up here, your move tool, you can simply come down here and click the zoom tool, and the zoom tool comes in a couple different shapes and sizes. Now, what you got right here is the scrubby zoom, which in my opinion is probably one of the most intuitive ways to navigate throughout your program. Say you are, working on a graphic right here. And for example, I might even go up here and actually open up a graphic, right? So say we're doing some various different edits. This right here is one flat image. But for example, if we were going to be maybe cutting out the wrapper, this is from a club I filmed, we'd maybe, as we see here, we're on scrubby zoom, which basically means we can click and hold our mouse and drag in, and click and hold our mouse and drag out. It's basically we can scrub in and out super easily, opposed to simply clicking once and zooming in that way and then clicking to zoom out, which basically just brings us a sort of preset distance. But if we have the scrubby zoom, we can clearly just zoom straight in, maybe use the mouse scroll wheel to scroll down to adjust. And overall, navigation-wise, your zoom tool is going to be the go-to. You're going to be zooming into stuff. Again, like I said, use your mouse wheel and scroll up if you want to be bringing that over here. Alternatively, if you are actually just using a cursor, I believe you can simply drag the trackpad up or down to maneuver in and out, depending on what computer you're using and depending on the support of that. However, overall, if you're trying to navigate, you are more or less using your zoom tool and you are jumping in and out of projects. And overall, that right there is the name of the game in navigation. And like I said, you do have a various different presets. If you do not have scrubby zoom on, it is literally just a preset zoom in. However, you can also draw sections. So for example, say we want to maybe we want to add a flash coming out of a camera and we want to zoom in. We can clearly click and hold and drag around maybe that man's phone over there, and it'll zoom us right in, and we can be straight in on that phone. And then maybe we'd want to chop it out or whatever using the masking tool, something of course I'll introduce you guys to later, and maybe add a flash or whatever the case may be. Of course, that's just a total random scenario that I'm talking about. Also, at any time, if you are too in, you can use one of the presets up here, 100% fit screen or fill screen, to jump you out. So 100% will put it on the screen, 100% but will not cover the screen. It will just bring it up to 100%. So as you see, although we've come up to 100%, it is not centered. So what I'll do is I'll drag around here, I'll zoom back in here, and we can hit fit screen, which is going to bring it perfectly to fit the screen. And fill screen essentially just fills the entire area, but you're going to lose a little bit of something. So when I'm navigating, fit to screen, if I'm trying to go back to my default layout, is usually the go-to that I'm using. And even I'll fit to screen, use my scrubby zoom, and usually operate maybe around here, so I can clearly see the ends of my project and I'm not too in and I might be losing stuff. If you see, when you're too in like that, you maybe are losing track of what's going on the sides. And overall, to conclude, the navigation is done using the zoom tool. It's something that you want to familiarize yourself with and you want to get comfortable with as soon as possible. Scrubby zoom is the go-to for navigation in Photoshop.